This is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. As you know, I've been talking about this movie Cuties, and so have a lot of other people, and I got tipped off that Rotten Tomatoes has a pretty high score for the movie. As you can see, right now 82%, and the audience score, which is recent, is at 6%, which is a huge gap if you ask me. Now, the thing is, I'm pretty sure that these critics saw this at the Sundance Film Festival, but I'm also pretty sure that there's no change in the actual movie, that just the marketing for the American side was different. So this is their opinion. Now this opinion came before the huge backlash, but still, I think it's interesting. So Carlos says, assesses the transition from childhood to adolescence by pointing its lens at an 11-year-old girl at the crossroads of tradition and personal discovery. It's the type of feature that heralds an indelible directional voice. So Joy Childs here, down in the middle, makes the point that there was a good cast, and not for nothing, the actors who were children who were involved, I gotta guess, didn't know the full context of the movie. They didn't know it was going to get this backlash. They probably thought, awesome, I'm in a movie. I'm dancing. This is cool. Maybe they felt something was strange, but, I don't want to blame them or say, they're bad or, if they did a good job acting, props to them. I hope their careers moving on are great. They're, kind of caught in the middle here and probably don't know what they're getting themselves into or got themselves into. Their parents? That's a different story. I don't know. Kind of makes you wonder. I also did hear they tried out hundreds of girls for the lead roles. So, Andrea Thompson says, she's from the Spool, don't know what that is. At least the film doesn't pretend that any of the various cultures Amy is struggling to navigate will ever do right by her, although it does offer another way between extremes where perhaps true freedom can be found. I guess if you strip away some of the distasteful things that we don't like, there might be a point to the movie. It's just that the whole theme of the movie seems like something that really shouldn't be made. So Thomas here says that there's some emotion that's captured in the film. But I mean, if you want to make a film about emotion, have it about emotion. I just don't see why this whole dance thing had to be an important theme unless it's to be controversial, unless it's to kind of stir things up, take a risk, maybe at best. It just seems like with every review, there should at least be some kind of skepticism as to why this movie was made in the way it was. A film to respect for its audacity, admire for its lead female performance perhaps, but also view as a dramatically contrived. Yeah, okay, I mean, they keep going back to the female lead thing, and that's great, but I don't really see the relevance. It's really all about how this thing was presented. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of films in the last 5-10 years that have female leads. So at this point, I don't think that's something that stands out as rare. It's just something I think's normal these days. So there's no reason to, elevate the fact that it's great because there's a female lead and a female director, because that kind of ignores what's going on with this movie. That's just my take. I mean, I can't really see it any other way. And Alex here says that it's a crowd pleaser, if somewhat underbaked, which looks at how girls end up becoming over-sexualized at a young age, and someone made this argument. The one defense somebody said is that, perhaps it's actually against girls becoming sexualized, which is why I'd like to see at least a few opinions in full context of the movie. The marketing was pretty horrendous, obviously. It could be something that just went horribly wrong. If you guys know a band called R.E.M., they have a song called Shiny Happy People. Maybe you guys know if you grew up in my age. And what the lead singer said was the song and the video came out horribly wrong. It kind of did come out happy, but it was supposed to be kind of this grim outlook how people aren't happy. But what he said was once in a while a final product will just come out horribly wrong as far as what you're trying to say. And of course the marketing was pretty deliberate, but on the director's part, maybe it just came out horribly wrong. I mean, that's the best I could do to really search for some kind of an explanation. And Andrew here says, from Geeks of Color, whatever that is, that it might draw conversations as more people see it. And I have a feeling that Andrew is absolutely 100% correct, that this will definitely draw conversations, which it is now. And those conversations are, it's a pretty sick movie on the surface, and it's getting historical dislikes and historical backlash. So that's definitely one of those conversations. And this person down here, who has a difficult name I will not try, says that it's more than a commentary on predatory behaviors of men. So we don't know how the men are portrayed in this movie. I haven't seen them in the trailer. They're not mentioned. Could it be they're the bad guys? I don't know. You know, I hate to speculate, but I don't think I could sit through this. I don't think I could watch it. I'd probably cringe through it, and aside from everything that's wrong, it's not really my type of movie. Anyway. So yeah, there's even more of these. When I check Rotten Tomatoes, the list goes on, and there's some rotten ones, you know, but the rotten ones don't get to the heart of the matter. The rotten ones don't give the same criticism that the people in the comments on the YouTube trailer are giving, that people on Twitter are giving. They just kind of give, you know, the normal rotten things about how the movie didn't hit the mark, it didn't feel right in certain places, things like that, but they don't really hit it hard where the public is. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below, doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you're not new to the channel, if you've been here a while, you know I've been doing a lot of depth versus herd, probably how you found the channel, but I'm going to throw in a lot more of the stuff these days. But of course, going to continue Johnny vs. Amber, at least once a day, something like that. But, like you see here, going to try to stretch out and see what else works. If you subscribe here, you'll see that experimental phase. If you don't subscribe, well, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.